Good morning, everybody. It is time for another microphone video. I was having some inconsistencies with my old wireless mic, so I'm really excited to try out this new Boyalink 2 from Boya. And just a quick disclaimer, I did reach out to Boya about reviewing this microphone, and they agreed to send it to me for this review, but I promise you any opinions I give are completely honest. You've got my honesty guarantee. Right now, I'm recording on my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and the audio is coming from the built-in phone microphone. Also, I am not an audio expert. I'm just a regular guy looking for better sound, so please keep that in mind that this video is not coming from an audio expert. With that being said, in this video, we will start with an unboxing. We'll take a closer look at it. We'll figure out how it works, do some audio testing, and then I will give my thoughts. All right, here's the unboxing. As we open the box, there are two small boxes inside. The first one we'll look at has the goods. This is a charging case with the components inside. It has a tinted transparent cover with a soft press button to open the case and charge level lights and a USB-C port for charging on the side. As we open the case, we're first greeted by the windscreens, one for each of the two mics. And these two are the microphones or transmitters. And then it's got the three attachments for a lightning port, USB-C, and a 3.5mm headphone jack, as well as the receiver. The other box has a few accessories. We've got a cable to charge the case, instructions, and a pouch to help protect the case. Like I said, this is a charging case. You can press this button to see the approximate battery life remaining. The two transmitters are the same, so taking a close look at one of them, on the underside it's got a clip, and then this is for getting it to charge. It has a USB-C port if needed, so it can be charged while using it. On this side it has plus and minus buttons for gain or volume level, and it shows the level with the blue dots on the front. Those dots do go away after a few seconds. If you press the plus and minus buttons together, it will turn on the first level of built-in noise cancellation. It has a second level of noise cancellation, but you have to use the app to turn that on. The other button here will turn on or off the mic by holding it for 2 seconds. Tap this button to mute it, and the light will blink red. Also, if you double tap this button, it will start or stop recording, and I tested this on my phone and it works. The blue light on the front will flash when it's not connected to the receiver, and it will be a static blue when it's connected. On the back of the receiver is where you can change the output connection. Slide this blue piece here to change it by pulling this out and then attaching whichever one you'd like. When you release it, it will lock into place. Just like on the transmitter, the blue light will flash until it's connected. On the bottom is a power button, as well as the option to switch between mono and stereo mode. For the windscreens, you push it on, turn it, and then it snaps right into place. Everything that came in here was already paired and connected to each other automatically. The instruction manual does go over how to pair everything, so I assume if yours does not pair automatically like mine did, just follow the instructions provided. From there, it's super simple. Just choose which connection you need and plug it in. Just make sure the receiver and transmitter have connected and the blue lights are static before you start recording. All right, let's finally get into the testing. For the testing, I'm going to compare the Boya mic with my phone's built-in microphone without noise cancellation on. We'll do the same testing with the Boya and my Sony a7 III built-in microphone. Then we'll head outside and test out the noise cancellation. We'll try the windscreen and we'll see how far away the receiver and transmitter can be in a test outside. So here we go. All right, I have finally plugged in the microphone and you are hearing me now on the Boyalink 2 I've got the microphone about 1.5 feet in front of me. It is clipped onto the tripod. I can't hear what I sound like right now, but hopefully I sound good. For this testing, I had AI make up a little phrase for me, and I like this one here. So we'll compare this phrase with and without the Boya. Always carry a spare spoon. You never know when you'll encounter a rogue bowl of soup in the wild. Always carry a spare spoon. You never know when you'll encounter a rogue bowl of soup in the wild. Always carry a spare spoon. You never know when you'll encounter a rogue bowl of soup in the wild. Always carry a spare spoon. You never know when you'll encounter a rogue bowl of soup in the wild. Always carry a spare spoon. You never know when you'll encounter a rogue bowl of soup in the wild. Okay, for the outdoor test, I'm going to set up my phone on a tripod right over here, and then I'm going to walk across the property all the way over there to where that building is. So I don't know exactly how far it is, but it's pretty far. So if it's still working with the phone and the receiver all the way over here, with me and the transmitter all the way over there, that will be pretty good. I think that'll be a pretty good test. I'm gonna guess it's maybe 60 yards comparing it to a football field, so let's give it a go. All right, so I've got my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra with the Boyalink plugged in front of me. I've got an old phone over here. This is my old OnePlus phone from maybe 4 or 5 years ago. That'll be my selfie cam for the video. And all the audio will be coming from the Samsung phone with the Boyalink plugged in. So yeah, let's get to walking. All right, so yeah, I guess I gotta think of some things to say so we can test the audio throughout as I'm walking down. So yeah, I don't know when I would need to use the microphone this far away from my recording device, but I suppose having the distance is still a nice feature to have. So I'm about halfway right now to the building. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. Hopefully we're still getting some good quality audio. I got no noise cancellation on. Gain level, I think, right out of the building. And right now I am just about at the building. I can't even see my Samsung phone on the tripod because I came down a little hill. So right now I am right in front of the building, and yeah, can't see the phone at all. Hopefully you can still hear me. There's a little bit more space. I can walk behind it. I'll get as far as possible. And here we go. I am to the end. I've got a fence over here, and this is about as far as I can go on this property. So hopefully you're still hearing me okay. And I guess that's about it for this test. I'm gonna head back to the phone and listen to the recording. So that was pretty awesome. You could hear me perfectly from all the way down there. I guess I shouldn't really be surprised because that's what they advertise. But before we go back in, I just wanted to test out outside the noise cancellation. And it's not really very windy, but I will put on the windscreen as well just to see if there's any difference. All right, so here I am talking without the noise cancellation, and now I have turned on the noise cancellation. So we'll see if you notice any difference with the noise cancellation on, and now I have the noise cancellation off. So we'll see what that sounds like. And then I'm gonna keep the noise cancellation off. I'm gonna put on the windscreen. All right, windscreen is on, so I guess we can try to see if there's any difference. Again, it's not very windy, but see if I sound any different while having the windscreen on. I think that's about it for the outdoor testing. So I guess I'm gonna go back inside and listen to everything and give you my final thoughts. Before we wrap this up, I realized there wasn't much noise in the outdoor test, but here in my office I've got the buzz from the heater vents, and then the fan from my computer is running. So I'm going to turn on the noise cancellation, and now it is on, and hopefully I still sound nice and crispy, but maybe there's a little bit less buzz in the background. All right, so I'm not going to overanalyze the sound because, like I said in the beginning, I'm not an audio expert and you got to hear it, so you can kind of decide for yourself. But briefly, First of all, I didn't realize that my phone's built-in microphone was actually better when it's filming in Pro mode versus the regular camera, so that was interesting. But clearly the Boya mic sounds much better than the built-in microphone from my cell phone. The Sony a7 III built-in microphone was actually very similar to the Boya mic, so that was pretty impressive. But where the Boya mic will come in handy is if I'm not going to be recording just a few feet away from my camera, I can obviously bring the wireless transmitter with me so it'll still pick up the audio if I'm farther away from the camera. Also, I was super impressed with the outdoor test. I was pretty far away from the receiver and it was still picking up the audio pretty good. Obviously, it was a little bit garbled there when I was at the end range. I wonder if it would have been a little bit better if I was on a more flat surface and still within eyesight of the receiver, but oh well. Other than the testing you just saw, I have had the chance to use this microphone for a couple of other videos over the past couple weeks, and here are some things I've noticed. Number one, if you are just holding or handling the microphone, it's a little easy to accidentally press these side buttons here. Like when I was outside doing the testing, when I put on the windscreen, I accidentally raised the volume. So that's just something to be aware of. You don't want to accidentally change the volume level or hit the mute button and not realize that you did that. Number two, this is my first microphone that has a volume range setting. So that's a good thing because it gives you more control, but you just want to make sure that you remember to check it before you start recording. My first use of this microphone, I just didn't think of that, and the volume was at the lowest, and then when I'm starting to edit my video, the audio was way too quiet. So just, again, it's a good thing, but just something to keep in mind that you check before you start recording. Number three, it is also my first wireless microphone that has a mono and stereo mode setting, and I learned about this the hard way. So if you're not familiar with what this means, it is a great feature, and it also gives you more control over the sound. In mono mode, the sound is going to be recording equally on the right and left channels. So if you have two speakers, the sound is going to come out the same. In stereo mode, it is recording two separate audio channels, and here's an example. This one should be coming out of the left speaker. This one should be coming out of the right speaker. And when I said I learned this the hard way, the first time I used this microphone, I had it in stereo mode, but I was only using one mic. So then when I went to edit, all of the sound was only coming out of the left speaker. So that's just something else to keep in mind. Make sure you check that and set it to how you need it for whatever you're recording. Number four, this is just a tip from my experiences in the past from using wireless microphones, and I did mention this earlier, but when you plug it in, just make sure that the transmitter and receiver have paired together and that the blue light is static. I have had this happen in the past where I start recording before they've connected, and then I check back and I got no audio, so just something else to keep in mind. Lastly, and what I think is the most important part of all, is that I've been using this microphone for about 2 weeks and it has been reliable. At the very start of this video, I mentioned I was having inconsistencies with my previous wireless microphone. I was getting to the point where after every time I would record something, I felt like I had to listen back just to make sure the audio came in properly. And again, in my 2 weeks of using this microphone, that has not happened once. I don't feel like I have to do that anymore, and I am very thankful for that. Anyways, hopefully this video was helpful for you if you are considering this microphone. I've got an affiliate link in the description below, so if you do end up purchasing this microphone, please consider using my link and I will earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. If you do have any questions or just want to say hi, please leave a comment below. But that's about it, so thanks for watching. See you next time!